A lot of times the Macs were all a second-class citizen, and therefore they were never really considered management worthy, I think, in a lot of respects. As time grew on, they became serving much more critical roles in our business, and as a result of that, I think that their importance became a lot more clear. But when you work in a creative environment, and while that may not be obvious in terms of the news or media, we do have a lot of graphic artists, we do have a lot of page layout functionalities and so forth. But really, once the numbers started to increase, people had to pay attention. At the time, we had no clue how many Macs we had out there. We started looking at solutions, and we considered many of them, but the best in class came out to be Casper Suite. Really, what it provides is a lot of consistency. First of all, the machine that they get is very consistent in terms of the person next to them and the person next to them, but it's also under management, which allows us to be able to affect those machines whenever updates are required or whenever a new application needs to be deployed, which is important because our users are often on deadline, and if we force a software update in the middle of some process that they're doing that is critical to that deadline, it could really cost the company. So in order to avoid that, we've developed a custom solution that allows them to defer that process up to 3 times. And if you deliver anything less than that, you've basically failed them. And I think that they take note of that. I think that they appreciate the fact that they can be sure when a system is delivered to them that it's going to be what they expect. I mean, the fact of the matter is that technology does change often, and it's my job to stay ahead of that curve. But as a company, it's also important for us to try and live on that edge as well, because as we all know, the face of media has changed a lot. Now the news cycle is 24/7, so the minute something happens, it has to get out there, it has to be made available on as many different platforms as possible. And that means embracing things you're not going to be able to get away with outdated technology when you're trying to provide the best of breed for the news media industry. And actually, I think that we probably task the Casper system to its maximum a lot of times. But the great thing is it gives us that opportunity to do that. And without it, we wouldn't be able to leverage some of those tool sets that either we've developed ourselves in-house or just simple scripts that we want to take advantage of across 1,000 machines. Doing that before this would have totally been impractical and impossible. So that's why we've turned to the Casper Suite.